They respect you less every time you speak first. Not because you are stupid, not because you have nothing to say, because you revealed something you did not know you were showing. You revealed that you cannot handle silence. And silence is where status lives. Let me ask you something. Think about the last group conversation you were in. Meeting at work, dinner with friends, family gathering. Whoever spoke first, what did you think of them? Be honest. You did not think they were confident. You thought they were nervous. You thought they were trying too hard. You thought they were performing. That is not cruelty. That is hierarchy. The person with the highest status never rushes to fill silence. They wait. They observe. They let others expose themselves first. Then they speak. And when they speak, everyone listens. Not because what they said was brilliant, because they prove they do not need to be heard. That is power. You have been doing the opposite. Every time you feel silence coming, your body tenses. Your heart speeds up. Your brain scrambles for anything to say, and you say it. And the silence breaks. And you feel relief. But the group feels something else. They feel that you are desperate. And desperation is the fastest way to lose respect. Not because people are mean. Because human beings are wired to follow those who do not need followers. And you just announced that you need them to listen. This video is not about learning fancy comebacks. It is about unlearning the habit of speaking first. I am going to give you the revelation, the rule, the script, and the practice. 4 parts. No fluff. Part 1 is the revelation. Silence is not empty. Silence is a test. Every group conversation has a hidden moment before anyone speaks. That moment is a vacuum. And vacuums expose people. The person who breaks the vacuum first is not the leader. They are the nervous one. The person who waits is not shy. They are the one assessing. Think about job interviews. Who speaks first after the interviewer asks a question? The candidate who is scared talks immediately. The candidate who is confident takes 3 seconds. Same for negotiations. Same for arguments. Same for first dates. The person who speaks first loses leverage. Not always, but almost always. Because words spoken too early are words you did not need to say. And every unnecessary word costs you status. Part 2 is the rule. The 3-second delay. Before you speak in any group setting, you wait 3 full seconds after the last person stopped talking. That is it. Not 10 seconds. Not 1 second. 3 seconds. Count them in your head. 1 1,000. 2 1,000. 3 1,000. Then you speak. That 3 seconds changes everything. Here's why. In the first second, people think you have nothing to say. In the second second, they get uncomfortable. In the third second, they look at you. And when they look at you, you speak. Not because you finally thought of something. Because you chose the moment. You did not rush. You let the silence build. And now your words land in a vacuum that belongs to you. Try this tomorrow. In your next meeting, let someone ask a question. Wait 3 seconds. Then answer. Watch how people look at you differently. They will not know why. They will just feel that you are more credible. That is not magic. That is the psychology of expectation. People expect the anxious person to speak first. When you do not, they recategorize you. You go from nervous to thoughtful. From desperate to deliberate. From low status to high. All because you did nothing for 3 seconds. Part 3 is the script. You need words to say after the pause. Not fancy words. Simple words. Here is the rule. After your 3-second delay, you speak slower than everyone else. Not dramatically, just slightly. And you use one of 3 openers. Opener 1 is, here is what I am seeing. That frames you as an observer, not a reactor. Observers have status. Reactors do not. Opener 2 is, let me add something. That frames you as someone who adds value, not someone who needs to be heard. Opener 3 is the most powerful. You say nothing. You wait 3 seconds. Then you simply say the one thing no one else said. Not a long response. Just the missing piece. That is what high-status people do. They do not repeat. They do not explain. They insert the one observation everyone missed. And they say it quietly, slowly, once. Then they stop. Part 4 is the practice. You will mess this up at first. You will forget the 3 seconds. You will rush. That is fine. Here is how you train yourself. For 1 week, you do not speak first in any group conversation. Not at work. Not with friends. Not with family. You wait. If no one speaks, you let the silence sit. Someone will break. It will not be you. That is your practice. Just waiting. You do not need to say something brilliant. You just need to prove to yourself that you can survive. Silence. Because right now, you are addicted to breaking it. And that addiction is costing you respect. Let me tell you something uncomfortable. Some of you are reading this and thinking, but what if I wait and no one speaks and it gets awkward? Good. Let it get awkward. Awkwardness is not your responsibility. You did not create the silence. The group created it. Let someone else fix it. Or let it sit. Awkwardness will not kill you. But rushing to fill it is killing your status slowly. Every time you rescue a conversation from silence, you are telling everyone in the room that you are the servant, not the leader. Leaders do not rescue. They observe. They decide. They speak when the moment serves them, not when silence scares them. Now I know some of you are thinking, but I am naturally shy. I already do not speak first. Good. Your problem is different. You wait too long. You wait until the conversation moves on. That is not strategic silence. That is invisibility. For you, the 3-second rule is not about waiting longer. It is about speaking after the pause. You need to train yourself to speak in the window, not first, not last, in the gap after 3 seconds, but before the conversation leaves you behind. That is the power zone. Too early looks desperate. Too late looks absent. 3 seconds is the sweet spot. Here is your diagnostic. At your next gathering, pay attention to who speaks first. Then watch how people respond to them. Do they lean in? Or do they nod and look away? Do they engage? Or do they wait for someone else to speak? The first speaker almost never gets the full attention. The second or third speaker does. Because the group has warmed up. The tension has broken. And the person who waited looks like they were thinking, not stalling. That is the difference. So here's your homework. For the next 7 days, you do not speak first in any group conversation. Not online. Not in person. You wait for 3 seconds after the last person finishes. Then you speak slower than you normally would. That is it. No other change. Just the pause. Just the delay. Just proving to yourself that you can hold silence without panicking. Most people will ignore this. They will read it. They will agree. Then tomorrow they will rush to speak first again. Not because they forgot. Because they are addicted to the relief of breaking silence. An addiction does not listen to logic. It listens to discomfort. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable. You have to sit in the silence and feel your heart race and still not speak. That is the only way to rewire. The people who do this for 1 week will notice something. People start listening differently. Not because you changed what you say, because you changed when you say it. And timing is status. The same words spoken 3 seconds later carry more weight. That is not fair. That is psychology. You can complain about it, or you can use it. You came to mind rewired to rewire. This is the wire. 3 seconds. That is all. Just 3 seconds of silence before you speak. Do it today. In your next conversation. Not tomorrow. Not next week. The next time someone stops talking, you wait. You count. You breathe. Then you speak. They will not know why they respect you more. But they will. And you will know. And that secret is yours forever. Now go be silent. Then speak.